Good evening, everyone. I'm DK, and alongside me is Tim Cuff. He is a professor at Westminster and also alumni of the school. Thanks for being here.
Glad to be here.
Now, when I was doing some research on you, I came across this photo of you. Do you remember this?
Oh, very well. Very well. I think this was at the end of the convention when the candidate I was representing, I was the campaign manager for Jimmy Carter at the time. And I think this is a photo at the end of the campaign or the end of the convention when the various candidates received plaques indicating their positions in the convention.
So tell me a little bit about your experience when you were a student, when you were involved with the mock convention.
Well, I was, in 1976, I was a sophomore at the college and was interested in being involved in the convention. I don't remember exactly how, but I ended up becoming the campaign manager for Jimmy Carter, who at that point was a bit of a dark horse in terms of his prospects in the election. It ended up, for a variety of reasons that we might talk about, that he was nominated. Initially, he was not the candidate with the greatest support in the convention, but for a variety of reasons, some having to do with the other campaign managers rather than their candidates, Carter forged ahead and eventually was voted the winner by the delegates.
Okay, so you were involved when you were a student. How important is it for students to get involved? You know, why should we care?
Well, in terms of why you should care, well, it's not just a matter of caring. It's a matter of a great deal of fun. The convention is a time to cut loose a little bit. As a historian, political conventions, political campaigns in the 19th century, prior to the era of radio and television, were one of the major forms of entertainment. You went to picnics, you heard speeches, parades. It was something to do other than plowing the fields and harvesting wheat. So it was great fun. And that fun continues in conventions today, both at the national level and here at a mock level, like we're having in the next week here at Westminster. Great deal of fun. Also, students will learn a great deal about how it is that the candidates for national office, for the presidency, come to be selected, because the process that we use, or that is used in the mock convention, is very similar to that is used in the actual Republican and Democratic conventions that will be held in the summer of 2008. So it gives students a great deal of insight into how these things actually work.
You're a teacher now at Westminster.
Mm-hmm.
How are you involved with the mock convention today?
For the last several years, and this year again, I will be a delegate in each of the faculty form a delegation from one in the past state, in this case region, this year. So I'll be a delegate. However, my inquiry class section WG, also has the mock convention as sort of an integral part of its inquiry experience. Their final projects will be based on either the three candidates, some of the issues that are debated in the platform, or the history of political parties, the history of political conventions, the history of political primaries. So we've integrated the convention right into the course fairly explicitly this year for my particular section. Mm-hmm.
Do you think today's generation of kids are not all that in tune with politics as maybe they were in years past?
Probably in 1976, the Vietnam War had ended only a few years before. Some of the students who would have been at Westminster who graduated in 76 would have been, as I was, as a younger person, very worried about the draft. Would I end up at Westminster? Would I end up in Vietnam? That's a pretty serious question. Today's college students, folks your age, need to be thinking about, where am I going to end up after I'm done in college? Am I going to be out in a job, or am I going to be in Iraq? The folks who make those decisions as to whether a draft will be reinstituted, whether American men and women will be sent to Iraq or other places around the world, those folks are being elected. you are helping to choose your right as a voter, helps you to choose those people, and helps you to determine what course the country will take. So should you be concerned?